Welcome to the second lesson of our course. In our previous lesson, we explored the interface, created basic objects, and learned how to transform them using move, rotate, and scale tools. Today, we will dive into editable poly modeling, one of the most powerful techniques for creating complex shapes and highly detailed 3D models. By the end of this lesson, you will understand what editable poly modeling is and why it's important. Learn how to convert objects into editable poly. Explore sub-object selections: vertex, edge, border, polygon, and element. Use basic modeling tools like Extrude, Bevel, Inset, and Chamfer. Make sure you have 3ds Max open and ready, as we will be working hands-on throughout the lesson. Before we begin, let's go to the Customize menu and open the unit setup. Make sure that metric is selected under Display Unit Scale with centimeters chosen. Then, click on the System Unit Setup button and confirm that 1 unit equals 1 centimeter in the dialog box, ensuring that centimeters is also selected from the drop-down menu. Editable poly is a modeling method that gives full control over an object's geometry. Unlike primitive shapes, editable poly allows direct manipulation of an object's components, such as vertices, edges, and polygons. Now let's try. Create a basic shape, a box. Right-click on the object in the viewport. Select Convert to and then Editable Poly. The object is now an editable poly, and you can begin modifying its components. Once converted, new modeling tools become available in the Modify panel. Let's explore these options in detail. Editable poly objects have different sub-object modes, each allowing precise control over geometry: vertex mode, edge mode, border mode, polygon mode, and element mode. Today, we'll mainly focus on vertex, edge, and polygon modes. In the vertex mode, you work with the points that make up your model. Think of a vertex as a dot in space. By selecting and moving these dots, you can change the shape of your model. It's like adjusting the corners of a piece of paper. You can move these points around to make your object look different or more detailed. Click on a vertex in the viewport to select it, or use the region selection method by left-clicking, dragging, and releasing when the desired vertices are within the selection area. To deselect vertices individually, hold Alt and click. To select them one at a time, hold Control and click. Select one vertex and move it around to see how the shape changes. Then, try selecting multiple vertices and moving them together. If you're holding a selected vertex with the mouse but decide to cancel the movement, keep holding the left mouse button and click the right mouse button. This will reset the vertex to its original position. This method works for other components like edges and polygons as well. Now, let's talk about edge mode. After you have your points, you connect them with edges. An edge is just a line between two points. In edge mode, you can select and move these lines. This is important for shaping your model and making sure it has the right structure. It's like drawing a line between the corners of a shape to make it more solid. You can select one or multiple edges and move them to see how it changes the shape of your model. You can rotate and rescale them as well. If you can't see the edges in edge mode, simply press the F4 key on your keyboard. When you want to work with the flat faces of your model, you use polygon mode. A polygon is a flat surface made by connecting edges. In this mode, you can select and change the shape of these flat areas. This is useful when you want to add more detail or make your model look smoother. Select a polygon and move it around to see how it affects the overall shape of your model. You can rotate and rescale it. There are also border and element modes. Border mode is used to select open edges, meaning the edges that form a hole in the geometry. It's useful when you need to close gaps or extend parts of the model. Element mode selects an entire connected piece of geometry. allowing you to move, rotate, or scale the whole object if it's part of a larger model. Let's learn navigation. Select your Editable Poly object. Go to the Modify panel and expand the Editable Poly rollout. Click on one of the sub-object selection modes, or use shortcuts. Click 1 on the keyboard for vertex mode, 2 for edge mode, 3 for border mode, 4 for polygon mode, and 5 for element mode. Editable Poly modeling offers numerous tools for modifying geometry. Here are some essential ones. The first one is Inset, which creates a smaller polygon inside the selected one while keeping its shape. This helps add details or prepare for further edits. To use Inset, switch to Polygon mode, select a polygon, then right-click on it and find Inset in the quad menu. For precise control, instead of clicking Inset directly, click the small square button next to it. This opens the Inset Settings menu, allowing you to enter an exact value. If you simply click Inset, the settings menu won't appear, and you'll have to adjust the inset manually by dragging. You can also find Inset under the Edit Polygons rollout in the Modify panel. Enter 2 cm in the Inset pop-up menu and click the middle mouse button to preview the result before confirming the change. If you're happy with the result, click the OK button on the left to apply it. Holding Ctrl allows you to select multiple polygons and apply an inset. The mode at the top of the menu lets you choose between treating them as a group or individually. Next is Extrude, which is used in polygon mode to push or pull a polygon along its normal direction. Let's select the polygon we just inset and navigate to the Extrude menu. Right-click, find Extrude. Click the little box next to it. Put the value of 5 cm and click the OK button. Extrude can be applied to multiple polygons as well, and it has 3 modes. Group keeps them together. Local Normal follows each face's direction, and by polygon treats each face individually. Bevel is like Extrude, but it also scales the polygon as it moves. To apply Bevel, select a polygon, right-click, find Bevel, and click on the little menu icon on the left. Its modes can also let you control how the faces extrude and scale, together or individually. Enter the value of 2 cm for height and 4 cm for outline, and press the OK button. Chamfer helps to smooth out sharp edges by adding extra geometry along them. It's useful for rounding corners and making models look more natural. To use Chamfer, switch to Edge mode by pressing 2 on your keyboard, then select the sharp edges you want to smooth. Right-click to open the quad menu and find Chamfer. Click the small square button next to Chamfer to open the settings. In the Chamfer settings window, click on the top rollout menu icon and make sure the mode is set to Uniform. Enter a value between 1 and 5 cm in the Chamfer amount field, or use the spinner by dragging to feel how the smoothing behaves. Increase the segment count for a smoother result, and click OK to apply. Now, let's try experimenting with these tools to create more complex shapes. Let's create our first model together, an old-fashioned coffee grinder. Go to the Command panel, then Create tab, and select Standard Primitives. Select Box. Click and drag in the perspective viewport to define the base. Move your cursor upward to set the height and click again to confirm. Switch to the Modify tab and adjust the dimensions. Length, 20 cm. Width, 20 cm. Height, 1 cm. Right-click on the selected box. Choose the Convert to menu and click Convert to Editable Poly. Now, under the Selection section, choose Polygon Editing Mode, or simply press 4 on your keyboard. Click on the top polygon of your box to select it. Right-click on it. From the context menu, find Inset. Click on the small box located on the left side of the inset to pop up the Inset menu. Set the value to 1 centimeter and click the OK button. Now do the same for extrusion. Click and select the polygon we just inset. Right-click on it, then from the context menu, choose the Extrude menu. Set the extrusion value to 1 centimeter and click OK. Next, we want to create a rounded edge using the Chamfer tool. First, we need to select the edges we want to round. Switch to Edge Selection mode by pressing 2 on your keyboard. Now, select all 4 top edges of the polygon we just extruded. Right-click and navigate to the Chamfer menu. Set the chamfer amount to 0.8 centimeters and increase the edge segments to 5. Click the OK button, and now we have a smooth, rounded edge. Next, switch back to Polygon Modeling mode. Select the top polygon, right-click, and choose the little box next to Extrude for the Extrude menu. Set the extrusion height to 0.3 centimeters. With the top polygon still selected, open the Inset box menu. Set the inset amount to 0.5 centimeters and click the OK button. Now extrude the top polygon by 7 centimeters in height. This will complete the first half of our object. As you can see, we're following the same pattern. By combining Inset, Extrude, Bevel, and Chamfer tools, we can already create a wide variety of forms and objects. Let's keep going. Now that we understand the basic principles, let's finish the modeling of this part. Switch to Polygon mode, select the top polygon, and extrude it by 7 centimeters once more. We've extruded the top polygon twice, each by 7 centimeters, instead of once by 14 centimeters, because this creates a dividing edge in the middle, which will help us later when we make the grinder's drawer on one of its polygons. Next, apply a bevel with a height of 0 centimeters but an outline of 1 centimeter. After that, extrude the same polygon by 0.5 centimeters. Now inset it by 0.5 centimeters, then extrude it by 1 centimeter. Switch to Edge Selection mode. Select the edges and apply a chamfer with an amount of 0.5 centimeters and 5 segments. Finally, select the top polygon and extrude it one last time by 0.3 centimeters. As you can see, the main vertical edges of the coffee grinder need to be rounded. To do this, select them and apply a chamfer. Instead of selecting these edges one by one, we'll use the region selection method to speed up the process. Press F3 to clearly view the model's topology. Click and drag to select an area that includes only the top 4 vertical edges. Then, while holding Ctrl, make a second selection that includes the bottom 4 vertical edges. Ensure that no other polygons are included in the selection. If any unwanted polygons are selected, hold Alt and left-click to deselect them. Apply a chamfer to selected edges with an amount of 0.8 centimeters and 4 segments. Now, let's create a small drawer. Select the polygon where you want the drawer to be, right-click, and find the Inset menu. Set the inset amount to 0.5 centimeters and click the OK button. With the Inset polygon still selected, right-click, navigate to the Extrude menu again, Set the extrusion height to 0.5 centimeters and click the OK button. Now, select the edges of this newly extruded polygon, right-click, and find the chamfer menu box. Set the chamfer amount to 0.3 centimeters. The edge segments count to 5, and click OK. Next, we need to use Bevel. Select the drawer's polygon, right-click, and find the Bevel box menu. Set the bevel height to 0.5 centimeters and the outline amount to negative 0.5 centimeters. Now let's make the final extrude for the drawer part. Select its polygon, navigate to the extrude menu, and set the extrusion height to 0.2 centimeters. The edge of the drawer looks a bit too sharp, so let's round it out. Select the edges and apply a chamfer with an amount of 0.06 centimeters and 3 segments. Click OK to smooth it out. Now the wooden part of the coffee grinder is complete. Before moving on to the next lesson, I recommend you build this part of the model several times. Begin by following the instructions and guidance in this lesson, then try doing it independently without assistance. Feel free to experiment with the dimensions and add extra details. Let your creativity guide you from the beginning. Repeat this process until the navigation in 3D dimension and the tools used in the lesson feel natural and you can use them without thinking. To save our project, click File, Save As. Name the project and save it in a safe location. In the next lesson, we will learn how to create the remaining parts using different techniques. We'll explore working with splines, introduce our first modifiers from the list, and go over some useful tips and tricks along the way. See you in the next lesson.